Hi, I'm Representative Kim Fawcett. You're joining me for an episode of Fairfield Our Town. This is a public access television show here in Fairfield. It's just an opportunity for all of us and me to get to know our local leaders just a little bit better. And today I have Beverly Balaz, and she is our fabulous new Executive Director for the Chamber of Commerce. And Beverly, I can't thank you enough for coming to talk with me this afternoon. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much for asking me. Thank you.
We are, not just me, but I think our other government officials and certainly the business community are really very excited to have you and to have the new energy sort of filtering into the chamber. But before we talk about all of your great plans for the chamber, I wanted to just introduce you a little bit and who you are and how you came to this job, because you have an interesting background. You started your career in publishing.
Yes, I did.
And I thought you could just share a little bit what that journey was like, why publishing, and how that sort of, how you took that journey for many years, 15 or 20 years.
Yes, exactly. Well, I was actually born and raised in Danbury, Connecticut.
Okay.
And when I graduated from college, Western Connecticut, I actually had a degree in education. And I went to first work at Grolier after graduating, and worked there for a couple of years, and then a teaching job came up, and I went up to Brookfield and taught for a couple of years.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, and taught in the junior high school and taught English and reading. And after teaching that period of time, I realized that I loved business and wanted to come back to the business world. And Grolier had said to me, you know, if you ever change your mind, give us a call. So I did, and
they took you back.
And they took me back happily, and I went into the education division and stayed there for many years. The typical story of starting out as a secretary and working my way into advertising and then marketing, and working all the way up to a few of us women as vice president. So it was just a fantastic career in a great company. Yeah.
But I guess the publishing industry has had a rough road with technology advancements. So at some juncture, you decided to jump ship and go to the nonprofit world. And I'm kind of wondering how was that? Was that how, making that shift from private sector to nonprofit?
Well, it was interesting. In Bridgeport, Connecticut is an organization called Junior Achievement, and I had at one point left Grolier and I was commuting into the city, and that round trip commute was 5 hours a day, so that was like a lot of time on the train and subways, and an opening came up with Junior Achievement for Director of Education.
Okay.
And that is how the segue opened up, so to speak. So I had applied for that and interviewed and was hired as their Director of Education. And it was perfect because in publishing, I was always in the education sector, as you had mentioned, primarily on reference book publishing, and absolutely it's all going electronic in that world. But I still had a love for education, so this was a nice opportunity for me to move into the nonprofit world. It was exciting. I spent almost 3 years there and developed a lot of program. But what I also loved about the position is that we worked with a lot of businesses as well.
Yeah.
So I had education, the business community often sponsored program. We would bring business people in to volunteer and teach business classes. So it was a wonderful marriage, so to speak, of education and business as well.
And what's amazing after reading your bio and talking to you a little bit about it's how your career has sort of formed you and molded you perfectly to come in to be the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. It's like a coordination of a lot of different parts of you are going to be challenged now.
Yes.
And we're so glad to have you and so lucky that you're here. And so you came in with a lot of energy and a lot of gusto, and I want to definitely share some of your initial goals, because you've now been here 4 months?
Yes,
Gosh,
exactly.
it feels like a longer. And I know,
like that.
I know that you wanted to come in and really look at the chamber organization and find a way to maybe revamp a lot of it. And so you talk about sort of your early first steps about reaching out to members. I think you really wanted to see what they needed.
Exactly right. I pretty much wanted to take a temperature check, so to speak, and get out to the membership and speak with them and ask them, you know, what are your needs? What are your wants? What do you need from the chamber? What would you like to see different in the chamber? How can we help you grow your business? How can we help you sustain your business? So we did do a survey out to membership. We're just getting back all of the responses. And in addition to that, going out to other businesses within the community to ask them about what they need and what they want. And if they were a member of the chamber, what would their expectations be? So
and can you share any feedback yet, or is it still too, I mean, is there certain things that they were really looking for?
Well, there were a couple of things. I'm still doing the research on that, but certainly one of the important things is to help them market their business and help create the awareness in the community with regard to what they're doing. And as such, I'm completely redoing our website. So that was one of the first things I wanted to do, was to redo our website. The functionality really wasn't quite there that we needed for such a large membership that we do have. So we're working on that right now, and my plan on the website is to feature new members, to spotlight current members, to promote anything that they're doing, if they're having any events, if they're having any special sales, anything that they're doing, I want to cross-promote and cross-market.
And you're not just doing the website, you're sort of jumping in and engaging with social media too.
Yes,
so
exactly right.
Definitely go online, and you can like the Fairfield Chamber Facebook page, right?
Yes.
So we can build up your Facebook followers, but that's another way to integrate with the website and the Facebook page. And are you going to tweet?
Well, it's on our list.
Me too.
I fully expected to have everything done by the end of the year, and would love to do that. But so that's a real excitement. We didn't have a lot of the social media in the chamber before, and that is absolutely huge.
Yeah, well, I'm new on Twitter, so as soon as you are up, we'll become followers and we can tweet to each other. And I don't know the lingo yet, but we'll get there.
Good.
I also know that you want to revamp from the inside, so talking about bringing in board members with energy and ideas. And I know you're recruiting on that side, so how's that going, and what are you looking for in your new board members?
Exactly. Well, thank you. This is also very, very important. We had, I think, about 12 people on the board, and we'd pretty much like to double that.
Oh, okay.
And we'd like to bring in a cross-section of different kinds of businesses, both for-profit and non-profit. I'd like to bring in different talent, whether it's marketing or it's sales or it's graphic design or it's operational management. So we'd like a nice cross-section of talent and skill set and knowledge of Fairfield and certainly knowledge of business, and really open up the board so that we have a good perspective from all those different criteria, I would say, to help us really build the chamber and go in the direction that we need to do.
And you're doing that outreach now, so people can reach out to you via your website and
absolutely, or call me in the office. I'm there. If not there, I'm out on the streets knocking on doors, so you can find me out
and
there
I know
too.
that because I've been with you, and I know you're trying to recruit even new businesses to join. So hopefully you will be successful at that. I bet a year from now you'll have. Every business on the Post Road will be a member, I'm sure, because I've seen you out there. Also, I have been really impressed with your interest and sort of recognition that the business community is intertwined with the government sector. And so you are very deliberately trying to connect with the town of Fairfield and your state legislative team. And most people know at this juncture Fairfield there's 4 of us, and you're equal opportunity, work with all the legislators, work with the town leaders, and talk about why you think that's important.
Oh, it's so important for everyone to work together to better the town and the businesses in the town and the residents who live here, including the surrounding areas. That was one of my very first things, was to reach out to Mike and meet with him, and also Mark Barnhart, and together come up with a plan of events and things that we can do to drive traffic downtown and into Southport and Greenfield Hill and up in Black Rock, and to all the businesses that we have in Fairfield, and work on those projects together, come up with advertising campaigns, theme events, all sorts of things that we can do to create awareness for these wonderful businesses who are in our town.
It makes me so proud to hear you talk about that, because in an era right now where I think we find government sort of disconnected and people are frustrated, and it certainly doesn't look like government is working together or working towards a common goal. And just so glad that you're willing to work with all of us, and certainly with Mike Tetro, our first selectman, and Mark Bernhardt, our economic development director, and and set those goals and team up, because you can really truly, like you said, drive business right into our business community. So excited that you're doing that. What's next? You've got a lot accomplished in the first 4 months. What's coming up?
Well, there's lots of things coming up.
What are you most excited about?
Well, there's a few things that I'm most excited about. One thing in particular, because I do love education, is I'm working with the school system to establish some type of scholarship for graduating high school students next year that would surround business in some way. So we'll set up a criteria that the students would need to meet, and hopefully they, certainly would be a business major going into college. So we're working on that, and I'm very excited about that. But most recently at Ludlow, working with 2 teachers up there. One teaches an entrepreneurial class.
Okay.
So she reached out to me to ask if some of our businesses that are entrepreneurial, if they would consider coming in and speaking. So we just did 2 classes up there.
That's so fantastic, right?
So
to connect with the schools.
Yes, just so fantastic. So we did that, and then in December, they are creating Appreciation of Small Business Day.
Okay.
So again, they've reached out to me and to the chamber to see if we can bring some businesses in where they would have tables set up and they could share their stories and literature with the students as they walk through and come through the lobby area within the schools. So trying to bring education together with the chamber, also bringing interns into our businesses so that the students can learn the businesses, and gives the businesses and merchants opportunity to help mentor and give back to students as well. So
now, I don't know if you're connected with Ward yet, but my daughter is actually a sophomore, and she is taking a business management class, and so I'd love to connect you with her professor, her teacher.
Absolutely.
Just via email, so you can tell them what you're doing over at Ludlow, because I know the schools they're rivals, and what you do at one, they probably want to do at another.
And she actually, and I know the business teacher over there, and she's my next call next week.
Great.
Because I know her, and I know that they're just trailing out of this semester, so I'll bring her in for next semester as well.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we also got to team up.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of this new initiative, but it goes right in line with your desire to focus on women in business.
Absolutely.
As one group that you want to lift up. And it just so happens that I over the summer just started to realize there are so many women-owned businesses in our town that it just seemed at everywhere I went, was a mom I knew or a mom I was meeting, a woman who was launching a business here in town. So we started the Women's Economic Spotlight, kind of a big thing, but it's hopefully just a monthly initiative, a way to lift up a woman-owned business, and just wondering, how you're feeling about connecting with the women-owned businesses. Do they have special needs? And
I think that, well, first of all, congratulations on that, because I think it was just an absolutely fantastic idea, and so happy to be part of that. I think that every business owner is, they have their challenges that are unique across the board for sure. But I think within that, woman-owned business, that there are unique challenges that come into them. And when I was speaking before about what else I'm looking forward to doing is to help our businesses is to bring in professional development and workshop and speaker series.
Yeah.
And sometimes women like to be together with women and have a different approach to things. So I'll be building that into our workshops and speaker series as we go forward.
That's so great, and I think even the types of speakers you bring in for women may be a little different.
Yes,
maybe a little more catered to their needs. But so woohoo for all those women in business in Fairfield, because we're so proud of you and looking to lift you up. In fact, we're conspiring on our next month Women in Business Economic Spotlight, so we'll hopefully do that in the next couple of weeks. And I know that there's a 375th. Talk a little bit about what this is, what's coming up around the corner.
It's so exciting. The town is celebrating its 375th anniversary next year. And everyone is so involved, and it's going to be a fantastic year. Mike Techo has put together a committee, and I'm on that committee along with many other people from the community to put together a series of events across the year and throughout the calendar where we can celebrate the 375th anniversary. So,
can we have a sneak peek at some of the events, or do we not?
Well, I think there will be many. My first event will be in February, where I'm bringing in the bakeries in Fairfield. Down to Mercedes-Benz on Commerce Drive has offered to host the event on their site, and the bakers will come in and we're going to have a bake-off.
Oh,
and,
no!
It's going to be such fun, and they're going to design and create the cake that they feel would best represent the celebration of the 375th. And for everyone who is attending, they will vote on their favorite cake.
Oh, great.
And then the winner will make the big cake for the Black Tie Gala in November of 2014.
That is fabulous.
Yes.
And you have to make sure for the bakery bake-a-cake bake-off, you need to make sure you apply to Fair TV, because they will come, and Jerry, our illustrious camera guy here today, can bring all this equipment down there.
Fantastic.
Because even this equipment is town-owned, and it's here to record events like that. So I hope that we'll connect you with Jerry afterwards, but I hope that everyone can watch it on Fair TV and come down and visit.
Yeah,
so we have to get a lot of coverage for that 375th year anniversary.
It's a busy year, and the calendar will be on the town hall's website. So we're starting to fill in all the various dates of events that will be happening across the year.
It sounds amazing. Yeah. And November is the
Black Tie Gala of 2014. So
wow. Where's that going to be?
Not sure yet. I think that they've decided on a site, but that'll be announced at some point.
Okay. Well, I hope you'll make sure to invite me to the bake-off, because
absolutely.
We're bakers in my house, and have a weakness for sweets. It's not necessarily a good thing, but well, I mean, are there any other projects you have? I went through my list. Did I miss anything that are upcoming for the chamber? priorities for you in 2014?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm working on the speaker series now and the workshop series. We hope to have the website up and going and live by the new year.
Oh, that's great.
Every month we have our business after hours where the business invites our membership in, and they have an opportunity to talk about their company and share what they do with the memberships who attend. So that's always a good opportunity to get face-to-face, share ideas, and see how each company can help each other with whatever issues they might have. And that's also one of the strengths of the Chamber. We have social media, we have website, but we are face-to-face. And we work with legislators, as you mentioned, and the town, and it's about working together as a community and in talking and speaking and saying, look, I have this idea, what do you think?
You know, what's so neat to me is the Chamber really has this opportunity to serve as this umbrella organization, and you can bring together so many different components of our town and really be sort of the networking source, or the place where businesses get to know each other personally and community leaders connect. And we're so thrilled to have you here today, and can't thank you enough for the work you've done over the past 4 months, and I can't wait to see what happens over the next 12. And thank you so much for working with me, and I hope we'll continue to work together.
Absolutely, and thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm State Representative Kim Fawcett, and I thank you so much for watching today and learning a little bit about our new Fairfield Chamber of Commerce. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me directly, and I hope you'll look for me next time on Fairfield Our Town.